Viewers, from Surat to Indore, it's a triple whammy for the Congress right ahead of the third phase of polls. Today, Akshay Kanti Bam, the Congress candidate from Indore, withdrew his nomination for the Lok Sabha polls. Minutes later, he showed up in a picture with senior BJP leader and MLA from Indore, Kailash Vijayavargiya, who welcomed him into the BJP. The Congress had fielded Bam against sitting BJP MP Shankar Lalwani from the Indore Lok Sabha seat, where polling will be held on the 13th of May in the fourth phase. Listen to what Akshay Kanti Bam said soon after joining the BJP.
मैंने मंजिल पे चलना जरूर शुरू करा था, बस थोड़ा सा रास्ता बदला है। जिस रास्ते पे राष्ट्रभक्ति के लोग हैं, जिस रास्ते पे स्वयं के लोग हैं, जिस रास्ते पे दलित लोग हैं, जिस रास्ते पे पिछड़ों के लोग हैं, जिस रास्ते पे जैनी है, बस अब उन सबके साथ चलना शुरू करा है और मंजिल की ओर अग्रसर है।
This comes after Surat Congress candidate Nilesh Kumbhani dropped out of the poll race as his candidature was rejected. The district returning officer found discrepancies in the signature of Kumbhani's proposers, and the party's substitute candidate for the seat, Suresh Patsala, also had his nomination form rejected. Add to that, the chaos in the Delhi Congress, where State Congress Chief Arvinder Singh Lovely quit the party, citing multiple reasons. While BJP is quoting this as proof of an impending sweep, the Congress fires democracy under attack charge. In fact, Madhya Pradesh Congress chief even alleged that Bam was threatened and tortured in relation to an old case.
जो वैलेट था, ये मैसेज क्या है? ये मैसेज है इंदौर वासियों कि आपके वोट के अधिकार का उपयोग नहीं करना है आप लोगों को। मैं प्रार्थना करता हूं पूरे प्रदेश की जनता से, मैं प्रार्थना करता हूं इंदौर की जनता से कि लोकतंत्र में आपको बिलीव है, विश्वास है, तो फिर इस तानाशाही के अगेंस्ट पूरे देश को, प्रदेश को खड़ा होना पड़ेगा। सूरत में भी इसी प्रकार से एक प्रत्याशी का उन्होंने फॉर्म निकला लिया और निर्विरोध सांसद भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बन गया। बीजेपी इसमें गौरव महसूस करती है, अपनी वाहवाही करती है, अपना दम भरती है, अपना घमंड बताती है, पर सूरत की उस जनता की क्या गलती थी जो अपने वोट से अपना सांसद चुनना चाहती है? क्या कारण है कि इस प्रदेश में लगातार लोगों को दल बदल करवाया जा रहा है? लगातार भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरे प्रशासन का दुरुपयोग कर रही है। क्या कारण है कि इस प्रदेश में लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों का दिन?
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Kapil Madan, advocate, joins us. Subhrashta Sanjay Jha continues to be with us, but also with us is RP Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP. Without much ado, RP Singh, your response to the charge of the Congress party. They're saying there is threats, coercion, bullying as far as this particular case in Indore is concerned, and the larger question of how this is subverting democracy. Your response, RP Singh, to those points made by Congress.
Good evening, Madhav. It's not only Surat or Indore. It's happened in Delhi also. It happened in Rajasthan also, where the candidate refused to accept the nomination, accept the seat itself. He said, I don't want to contest. Thank you so much for considering me, but I am not keen to contest. So he returned the ticket. So people are either quitting, they are either returning their tickets, or they are withdrawing their nominations. So this is what the Congress is. And let's talk about Lovely. And what sort of pressure Lovely would have? He was the party president. He was running the show here, but he's mentioned in his letter that he is not getting freedom to run the party in the state, and everything is being dictated from the top bosses, and he is not prepared to take the dictatorship. The messages from the top bosses. So same is case with his appointing the state district presidents also. He said, I can't appoint my district president to this extent. So this clearly shows that Congress is a house in disarray, and then people are not only quitting, leaving, but also not keen to contest on Congress ticket. I mean,
okay.
The spokespersons, so many spokespersons of Congress have left Congress earlier.
Let me put that question across. The number of Congress leaders who have exited, this is not the first time this is happening, Kapil. And, you know, the point is that the problems within the Congress itself that the Congress is not able to deal with. Why blame us is what the BJP appears to be saying. Please respond.
So Madhav, I think if you look at the election campaign of the BJP, I think they are not leaving any stone unturned to play a game of deception and deceit. Now, I would certainly, in very clear and unequivocal terms, this is an act of deception played not on the Congress but on the people of the country. because look at the sequence of events of what has happened. Now, if the candidate who has now withdrawn his candidature, if he really believed in the BJP ideology, then he should have, at the first instance, campaigned for the BJP. He should have sought ticket from the BJP, and he should have got ticket from the BJP, and he should have filed his nomination from the BJP. Now he is like a Trojan horse, and this Trojan horse have been planted by the BJP. And I am absolutely sure that the people of this country have now woken up. They know it is an act of deception aimed at them, and they will answer them, with the vote.
Okay, I want Subrasha to come in on that. Subrasha, people will answer them with the vote. It's being seen not just there, but in different parts of the country. Yeah.
Madhav, this is complete real politic, and I think BJP always trumps the Congress on that. Congress has not had its house in order for the longest time, does not respect genuine leaders, does not respect people who have opinions that matter. What do they expect at the end of the day? This is bound to happen. This will continue to happen. You have somebody on your panel. Please tell me if Sanjay Jha has been respected by the Congress as he should have been. Please tell me, for God's sake, if Shashi Tharoor has been respected by the Congress party leadership. What are we talking about? And still, if Kapil wants us to believe that we are absolute fools in this country who cannot see through the hypocrisy of the Congress party, it's not going to happen. Okay. Also, specifically with respect to Indore, you couldn't hold your MP unit. What does the BJP or anybody have to do with it?
Okay, Sanjay
ये तो आपको नेशनल मीडिया में आके शर्म होनी चाहिए थी बात करने में भी कि आपके अपने पार्टी के कैंडिडेट, यहाँ कैंडिडेट का नाम, मेरा नाम आ जाए लिस्ट में, उसके लिए कितनी मारामारी होती है. आपने टिकट दिया, फिर वो भाग गया आपके यहाँ से. तो ये तो आप
respond to that, Sanjay Jha.
Yeah, Madhav, first and foremost, because she mentioned my name, I may have had some political differences with a few people, but I have a great equation with most of the people in the Congress party. That's my problem in the Congress parties. We are fine with it. The larger question is this. You cannot sit here and endorse a Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed politics. I'll give you two examples. We saw what happened in Chandigarh, Madhav. The BJP's intent was for the world to see. The Supreme Court had to intervene in a mayor's election and tell that this was a mockery of democracy and the murder of democracy being perpetrated by the BJP. Now let's look at Surat. I don't want to get into the other issues. Look at Surat, Madhav. There are 17 lakh voters of Surat who cannot vote in an election because in Surat, as we all know, that there is a very clear fraud has been committed by the BJP. I mean, suddenly you have people coming and saying that they're giving affidavits saying that our signatures are forged. And that happened even in the case of the Plan B candidate. So you can see the BJP is orchestrating a fraud in this country. This is the reason why people say...
No, but Sanjay Jha, doesn't that show that the basic due diligence of the Congress candidate was not done? If there are forged signatures, can you really blame the BJP for the work on the nomination papers that are submitted by the Congress candidate?
Well, let me tell you, end of day, that is not the issue, Madhav. The issue is how individuals have suddenly turned up in multiple cases to say and to submit an affidavit to say that signature is not mine. I mean, legally that flies. I mean, that is the problem, right? So the truth is the BJP today, it's subverting Indian democracy.
May I ask you, Sanjay Jha, may I ask you, please, 1 second. This is very important. May I ask you, and I'm going to cite data. In 1951, there were 5 MPs who were elected unopposed from the constituencies of Bilaspur, Coimbatore, Halar, Rayagada, Fulbani, Yadgir. They are all incidentally from the Congress party. In 2012 Lok Sabha polls more recently, Dimple Yadav was elected unopposed, the by-polls for Kannauj constituency. Was also that a subversion of democracy according to you, sir?
Well, Madhav, look at the circumstances. The Surat case is going to go down as a case study of how political manipulation is happening with India's electoral democracy. Today, it's not just about the EVM. The Supreme Court has made a judgment. Let's respect it. But the biggest fear is the abuse of power, the buying out of people, Madhav, we all know about Operation Lotus. That's the way BJP operates. They're not going to stop at anything. This is the Chanakya Niti they're very proud of.
Okay.
It's very unfortunate that many people on the panel seem to be endorsing that model. But I think that's going to be at the detriment of Indian democracy.
Subrashta, counter question to you is this, that there are leaders of the BJP, including Mr. Anant Kumar Hegde and Jyoti Birda, who talked about actually amending the constitution, which is where you have the opposition leaders come out to say, look here, by amending the constitution, they're going to undo democracy. Your response?
Why amending the constitution? I mean, the mandate
Changing the
is
constitution.
by the constitution itself.
Yeah.
There are provisions as to how you can amend the constitution. Indira Gandhi has done that in the past. And I'm shocked to hear that Sanjay ji is very concerned about specific cases. Let me remind him what happened to Ambedkar when he was trying to fight elections from Maharashtra. Do we really, if you want to do this, we can do this. You are talking about impropriety in electoral rolls and everything. Do you remember Mangal Doi? Do you remember the Assam agitation? The whole state burnt for such a long time. So I'm not justifying what is happening today. But what I'm saying is you reap what you sow, Sanjay ji. Okay. I know it is not a comment on you personally as a leader. It's a comment on the party that you so willingly endorse even after whatever differences you have. Please understand, Congress is at its weakest right now because of its arrogance, because of the problem that it does not want to do basic homework on ground. I can give it to you in writing, Madhav, today itself. I will stop coming on national television debates if Rahul Gandhi continues in India after 2024 elections get over for 1 full year and he does not set foot on a foreign land after he loses elections.
You want to respond to that, Kapil?
I'm making this a national pledge right now.
Kapil, you want to respond to that?
Now, I find it quite amusing and absurd. I mean, what is the criteria that, if that is the criteria, you please check how many times Mr. Narendra Modi has traveled outside. I mean, can this be the criteria? Can this be criteria? Can this be criteria to judge, how well do you perform? I mean, this is absurd. I mean, I think the criteria would be, and I will tell you, I'll just ask one question, and I think the criteria would be to seek what. Just a minute. So, Rashtra, I never interrupted you. Please be patient. I didn't interrupt.
I have to interrupt. It's been a limited time debate. RP Singh, Subrashta, Sanjay Jha, Kapil Madan. The debate over democracy, of course, is only going to continue. Not unexpected since it's been going on for quite some time, but in the thick of elections, once again becoming a hotly contested issue. All eyes on, of course, what is happening within the Congress party, on whether there are larger issues and unresolved issues over there as well. Thanks so much for joining us this evening, ladies and gentlemen.